Yeah, maybe because I started the video a little late. A lot of lights on. I'm gonna shove a few lights off. How you doing there, kitty? Yeah, food's good? Food's good, eh? Is the food good? What's up? You're eating some of that food, eh? Eating some of that food, kitty? Yeah? Yeah? You want to put your head in here? Okay, nobody's here. Don't know if I want to stay on. Not really sure what I'm going to talk about as usual. Sort of coming on here. I feel empty-handed. And since there's nobody here right now, I'm going to take advantage of this situation. I'm resetting the alphabet. So if you want to just be looking up there, I don't even think you can see it through the light. All right, can you see it up there? Maybe a little bit of music. Okay, I'm going to be doing the restructuring of the alphabet. There's so many things I can do. I picked up one piece today. I wanted to talk about that. Okay, now I've got to be able to draw that on my paper, right? That's one of them, right? I'm going to transfer this over. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this. Can you see the difference between this one and this one? There's a square in the center here. There's one on the outside, right? What would that look like on this paper? That same reality. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and then we're gonna go and look also at this. See what that is? Right now, is there an indentation here, or is it a figment of my imagination? Can I say these are two squares? Yes or no? So what we're going to do, and even this over here, right? Are they jacks? What are they trying to tell us? What can it be part of a letter? Are they number nines? You see, because it's closed over here. Obviously, it's not. Is it the bet letter in the Hebrew language? So this is, can it look like a 1 and a 2? And if we look at the other way, it could be a 5 and a 1, because 5 and 1 is Mars, right? Now, when we come over here, we have this double flower over here. So if I make that double flower, all right, let me make this double flower. And I'm going to draw it like that, like that, like that, like that. And then the other one is on the outside. And now we have from this position here, from this position here, from this position here, and from this position here, what we have is we're closing towards the center, but there is no marking for a center, and there's no marking for a center over here, because I would have to stop in the center, right? So if I made a mark like that, right, how would I come to this center? How would I find that point? How would I go? What would I do in order to find the area to run this flower inside of here? I have to think about it. I have to think about it, right? I have to think about, does this come here, right? And it goes around and it goes in here. And then this one, right? It comes around and it goes in here. And see this one over here? It comes around and it goes in here. And this one, it comes around and it goes in here. I'm not going to do it proper to start with. What I'm doing, right? Let me see. That's the heart. This is the spade. See, there's only one area inside of the spade. So if I'm going to do the one area inside of the spade, and you can see the way it's rounded out. So there's a possibility that these are crossing circles because that's what gets rounded out inside of these, right? At the same time, are these hearts at all? If I would finish this off inside, what is the angle of this? Right? So what I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to do this one over here. Now this one over here, I want to go back. So this one over here, right? I would be starting right here. You see this piece here, this piece here, this piece here, and this piece here. How am I going to get, right, to the center of this area? What gives me that measurement? See the way this one over here comes in over there? I'm trying to piece together and understand, right? I'm going to have to get these all together. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to get all four of them up on the screen, and so we can look at them together, because I think it's very important that we understand the flowers on the queen. Every queen has a flower. Every queen has two eyes. House of Bait. Every king, okay, in the four kings, there are three with two eyes inside the house of Bait and one with one eye. Alpha, number one. One is the center. It becomes a percentage of everything. If I have one in the center of 8, that one becomes what? Everything on the outside becomes 1/8 equaling to a whole, and the flat face or surface becomes 1 as a whole area. But you see 4, or you see 9 areas, just this is a lot smaller. And at the same time, we can put numbers on those areas. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I think we were looking at something. Right. Okay. I just lost my page. And I don't like the way this light is. So let me just fix the focus over here. Isn't it funny? Hey, folks, let's fix the focus, right? Fix the focus. I used to like those old cameras, right? The cameras from the old days when you used to see all the snow. You were really seeing the truth. Now they have to make it, they have to manipulate it so much that you never see the snow on the TV or your camera. When you took a picture, it sort of came out blurry, but there's more than one reason, not for it to come out blurry, but maybe the pixel size. So what are we actually seeing when pixel size? So let me just go to these queens over here. Right? Let me go to the queens. And okay, and I'm going to share it with myself, and note to self. And okay, now I just shared it to myself. Now I'm going to go and get it, and then I'm going to share it with you, with everybody out here. Okay, so now that I have this copy image, now I got to move it again. Sorry about that. Just 1 second. I'm trying to get all these images. Copy image. And I don't know why it's not working. Copy image, right? Now I'm trying to get rid of this. Okay. Okay, I finally got one of them. Just give me a second. I am going to be picking up, let's say this is now, I'm going to need this, copy image, and paste. There you go. I got this. Just give me a second, just working on this. Whoop. Very frustrating, but okay. Now I'm going to get another image for you over here. I know you can't see what I'm doing. So let me get another one of these. Let me see. Okay, we got 3 of these. Now I'm going to get the 4th one. Just give me a second. What's the 4th one? I got this one. Let me see what they are. I got that one. I think that one. Okay, I think it's that one. Okay, yeah, it's this one over here. Copy. And now I'm going to paste them. Okay, this one's the club, right? I see it. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So give me a second. Got to find, take this down, take this down. Got to move this over just so you can see. So this is what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at this one over here. So let me make this a little bit smaller. Right. So now here we have all the 4 queens. We have this one with a circle in the center. Why would we put a circle? Why are we calling that one 360? Are these equal? If it is, it's going to show me 8 cuts inside of this, 90 degrees, each one evenly. These are on the outside. Then it's going to show me this one over here, right? When these things are put on these lines and indented, when you draw sideways on this paper, you're going to have to draw this way, right? You draw this way. And then you take it from there and you draw that way. I'm not going to do the inside draw. And you can see it's an inside draw. It's done like this. Okay. I don't want to do that right now to start. I just want it to be like that, like that, like that, and like that. How come not like that? It's either going to be that or that. Now, when you come to this flower over here, it's not going to be the same. See, these are going up this way. This is going this way. This has got 4. This has got 4. This has got 4, right? This one's got a circle in between. This one has an area space. See how much squarer this is? Now I have to go back and look at the other cards, right? You can see there's 2 leaves over here. There's 2 leaves down here. There's 2 leaves on this one. There's 2 leaves on this one. So I'm going to have to understand that on this one, the point comes out over here, but the point does not come out over there. Okay, so I have to understand a little bit more about the 4 queen suits. And at the same time, when you're looking at the queen, right? Just 1 second. Let me see if I got the queens here, right? When you're looking at the queen, which way is the queen looking, right? When you're looking at the queen, which way is the queen looking, right? And if you take a look, see the way the hat is on an angle? The kings are straight across, but these are on the angle for the house of bait. This one is in a circle. I'm going to have to go over this, think a little bit what it's really about. And let me put this camera back in front of me. And Yeah, okay, so that's what it is with the queens. To note that the queen, right, number 62, and in the word queen, it's 17 plus 45 within the queen. Just to know it's the 12 card, right? 12 is number 87. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. Just to note that October, which is the third and 10th month, third month reversed, October is number 78. 25, 35, 50, 65, 75, 78 for October. There is another 12. And what happens if I would add up 1 through 12? It equals to 78. So now what else do I get? I like to say a little bit like this. I like to go this or this, the man or the male. So either one of them, this one here is 28 and 38. The man gets 28, the woman gets 38. So it seems like so far when we came into this world, into the mirror world or the backside of the world, we had to create woman, or to bring woman, or we needed to create man and have less than the value. ABCD versus ABC6 versus BCD9 are 9 birth. Where do our values switch? And do note that when we count, when we look at what 9/11 is, right? We can go 2 and 7 is 9, and 2 and 9 is 11. But we never go use 1 to create 9. There is no 1 in 9. If there's a 1 in 9, it's presented inside of 5. If there's a 1, it's presented inside of 3. It's 1 is presented 3, 5, and 9. It's 8 and 1 equaling to 9. If we're looking at this, 1 in the center, 8 around. 1 in the center, 4 around. What is the difference between 5 and 9? Numerically, right? The difference between 5 and 9 is nothing. They're both valued at 42. 42, 42 is 84. 95, the numeric value for the planet of Neptune is 95. EIO 59, 59 on the clock. And what is inside of 59? It's 68. It divides the gate at 3.5 and 3.5. Now you can say that's 88 when you add them up. You can say it's 6, 7, and 8, 7 coming between these dice cubes over here. If you want to see a little bit more, we end up with 3 and 8 equaling to 11. But at the same time, we end up with 1 and 8 equaling to 9. Now, when we cross this right here, this is 4 and 5 equaling to 9. This is 5 and 6. With the wolf goes the flow of the fox. Flow, wolf backwards. Here we're going to have fox, right? But it's fox headquarters. So what is 8, 8, 8, 6, 6, 6 as FOX, equaling to a total of 45, equaling to a total of 51 numeric value of Mars, right? How about, I'm not really sure of the value of this, 16, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 11, 51. Mars puck on ice. working everything out by the threes. Mars on ice, working everything out by the threes. Mars quarters on this planet. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm going to get a glass of water. Okay, we got the camera to work. I'm going to be getting a little bit to drink at the same time. I want to take a look if I'm showing up on Rumble at all. Account, stats, content, my channel. Is there something going on here right now? Oh, yeah, that's right now. That's live. It doesn't show like anybody's watching at all. It says one person, but that's me. Just give me a minute. And they got this guy who's just relentless at sending terrible stuff. Just I am this, that's that. 10 likes, 2 minutes, 3 likes, 2 days, whatever. Okay, give me a minute. Oh God. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm coming back with my sore leg. Okay. Okay. I am back. Me and everybody that is here. So we're going to get back to where I was. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So we can see what's happening right over here. Our 4 and 5 and our 5 and 6 are connecting or intersecting from above and below. Now, what's going to happen at this section? I don't know. Should we be connecting our 2, 4, 6, 8? Should this be a permanent connection? Would this be one of the reasons we see indentations because of this crisscrossing action that's going on between what is our 2, 4, 6, 8? I like to call this the sun, right? And somehow the 5 and 7 I pulled together as the moon, right? The moon and the sun, somehow that 5, okay, over here, will connect inside of here, bringing in the gateway to the moon. Somehow the sun and the moon. One of the things is the sun is 8 million 640 whatever miles or diameter of the sun. Either it's miles away or diameter. I don't really know which one it is. Okay, irrelevant to the fact, right? It's number 54. The value of the sun is 54. The value of the moon is 57. The thing about this is that the sun is all 18s. It gets the heart of the heavens. The sun gets the heart of everything. Okay. Now, if the sun gets the heart of everything, when it connects, it's going to connect to Mars. Let me show you. which is a double Venus. Mars is part of building of a double Venus, right? It shows you. Here's the second planet. Now I got them doubled, one going this way, one going that way, and they intersect at 5. Again, once you're intersecting at 5, even though Mars is number 51, right? Even though the numbers of Jupiter create what is Venus, it seems like they're playing everything out of Jupiter. And sometimes I like to think that what is big is actually the smallest, and what is the smallest is actually the largest. Okay. So yeah, so we can see what we saw from the queens before, that if I should do this, and I should do this to the 8, and I should do this to the 3, and I should do this to the 9, these indentations here can almost look like what's happening with these indentations on these flowers, which I still have to understand. And if you note over here, I have corners on this one. That's the club. Over here, I have my square this way, right? I'm only showing 3 of them over here, right? I'm only showing 3 over here. Here I'm showing all 4. You can see it goes, see the way this is going into the corner, but this is going over the top. It's showing me that it's going around the point, but it's going into a side. So here, right, would it be going around the point? I still have to understand this a little bit better. And the same thing for this double one over here. So that's that little piece over here. We had the woman, which is made up of 28 and 38. We have the male, right? The am means the soul. AME is am for the soul. Every time I see AM together, it's the soul. I'm not sure what to put together for PM. I look at PM as the half-life, right? So when we get this, it's automatically, this is 17, automatically this is 14. It's telling me about the cube, right? So you're connecting now male and a cube together. Now you have the FE, which is 11 equals to 42. It's telling me about a passage. This one is probably the 3 rings. It's the word gold that fits with this. It also reflects the number 8 after the mathematics go through it. This is the cycle in the moon. Look at that. In the BC world, we get both Earth, and what is it to get Venus? Means we get the gateway. The void with this number is 7. The void with this number is 6. 6 and 7 is Earth and Mars. And your gateway, 8 and 8, will create 16, will create 7. It's the halfway house gate. I always refer to it that way. The minute we get 16, it's the halfway house gate, and it's the light. It's the light. It could be the lighthouse. But the lighthouse is only used at night. So if we use the lighthouse at night, we're going to give it 8. If we use the 16, we're going to call that the day. We're going to say this is 2/3 and this is 1/3. And the reason I say this, okay, is if these two numbers total 24, this would be 1/3 of 24. This will be 2/3 of 24. At the same time, I'm going to look at this as 13, and now I'm going to go to the moon. It will create number 19 at the end. It'll also create the half-life from Earth and Mars. This one is not the same, and it brings 2 worlds together. Let me show you why I'm saying that. Is once you take the 16 and you multiply it, 1 times 6 equals to 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 times 6 is 6. 7 and 6 equals to 13. 13 is that bar mitzvah, and it falls on to what is 169 converting moons. 4 to the power of 4, 16. 3 to the power of 3, 9. So it's talking about, what is it talking about? At the same time, it becomes 9 and 7, birth at the gate. 9 and 8 connect together. The 9th letter and the 8th letter. The 9th letter and the 8th letter. Should we be looking at that way? Should I be doing this and saying, which way do you want to look at it? Because inside of this, I get more or less what could be seen as the double Venus. You see this the way up here and up here, right? And the crossing line, I'm just going to do it with the number 6, right? up here and up here. Well, at the same time, because of the dot on the opposite side and only on the 6, I can now do this with this right over here. This will make me 1 going this way and 2 going this way. This 1 going this way is going to connect a dot here and a dot here. And going the other way is going to connect me a dot here, a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. And that's that story. But at the same time, right, the same time, I am going to do this again. First of all, this is not the way it should be done. They're too close together, right? It should be out here because I can't get the dot in the center over here. So, and if you take a look at this, right? If I want to connect this dot with that dot, this dot is down this row, this is down this row, this is down this row, this is down this row, right? I'm trying to think as if we can build anything. I'm not really sure. I'm looking to see if we can build anything off of this. So anyways, I'm just going to get back and do that. 1, 2, I'm going to skip 3. And then I have to skip this and do it here. I think what is it here? Skip this and get it here. Skip this and get it here. And then we have our center dot. Wait a second. Did I do this properly? No, I didn't do that properly. I gotta be here. And then I gotta be here. Then I gotta be here. So the reality of this is now I can do forget about these 3. Now I can go in and where is that other dot go? Does it go over here? Anyways, I didn't draw it up properly. I have to draw this properly. I need the 1 in the center. Okay, I'm just going to make it small so it's going to be easier for me, okay? Right? And then I can just draw it up this way, the second one. And by drawing them both on angles, right, I can be talking about the Z. You see the Z? Or I'm talking about the N. Now, if I'm drawing it up this way, my numbers will be sitting this way. So now the value, okay, of my point, instead of having the center, and it being 8 or 2, right, you're now on this angle. And the only answers you're going to get, what's in the corners, is 1, 7, 9, and 3. 19, 17, 39. Here's 1963. Now we're at 2024. We're at a gateway right over here. But anyways, not to that fact, I think I had my phone show up and show me something. Where were we with this? 3.5 over 5 and 7, 5 and 5, 10, 7 and 3, 10. It becomes, how can I say it? It completes it. Just to note that this is 4 and 2 coming together. It's a gateway in the moon. The voided areas. There are 9 areas right over here. I know what's missing from 5 is 4. I know what's missing from 7 is 2. 2 is back to Venus. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 is 8 and 6. What goes in between EIO? 8 and 6, the 2 houses living on the farm. That's the way I like to look at it. It's pretty weird the way my phone shows up, eh? Don't like that. So where was I with this? Yeah, so we can see what happened over here to my I and to my H. We can see this over here. What value am I going to give it? Nothing yet. I don't want to get into that part. What I wanted to do is talk about now Neptune is 95, right? Remember, I was just telling you inside the house. So is it possible inside the house is Neptune? I just want to show you how perfect Neptune is. 14 and 5 equals to 19. 14 and 5 equals to 19. And then we have PTU, 16, 36, 46, 56, 57. 19 divides into 57. 57 equals onto the moon. To create 19, I need to start with 16. The invert of 19 is 16. I get 16 by what is 4 by 4 is 16. 2 by 8 is 16. Inside the space cycle of man equals to 16, equals to 16. 2, I think 2 to the power of 4, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, by 2 is 16. So you now have 2 to the power of 4, 24 to 24 hours a day. The cat, so within the mind, divides the seventh gate, possibly within the mind, recreating a new body, splitting the mind. 1 and 9 is part of a separation of AI. When you create 9, you don't use 9. You create the 9 to manufacture for your 9. 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 4 and 5, 9. Then you go to the other side, 3 and 8, 11, 2 and 9, 11, 5 and 6, 11. In the 11 side, you don't use the 1, but you count as 1. You count 2 of the ones because it's 11. And on the opposite side, you don't count as 9, but it says 9, but you don't use the 9. So that's your AI right over here. And that is Abba and Ima. So far out of history, there was always more Imas than there were Abbas, right? So we have this over here. Now the total of that is this number over here. This will now create this. This is the creation gate. This is your ABC moon. 57. 20. 16 and 21 is 37. T is an even number compared to these two. When you create this over here, 16, 16 will create 7 and 6, which will create 13 and 42 equaling to 55, or 42 minus 13 equaling to what is 29. And this will be 6 and 4. These two numbers together, now you're going to get what is 34. So it's the blue house. Where does this come from? 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 2 is 6. Now, if I do the extension of both of these, right, this will be 3 and 4 equaling to 7. This will be 6 and 8 equaling to 14. And what's ironic about that is this cube is 14 around and 7 up and down. And what's ironic about that is sister is 28. Cycle of the moon. Father is 7, 4 of what the sister is. When you write sister down, 51 is for Mars. The cycle within the angels, electronic angels. Brother starts with 20. Again, that is part of your mirror world. A, B, C, D equals to 10. I'm just give me a second. 4 times 20, okay, equals to 80. So when you're talking in 20s, you're talking about the mirror world in 20s. That's the way I'm looking at this right now. But at the same time, you don't say 20s when you count to 60. You go 50 and then 60. You go up to 9 and then 10, up to 9 and then 10, up to 9 and then 10. Every time you get to the 10th part, you're into the next number again. But you just say the 0 part of it, right? So you're like B, C, D, and you get up to 9 instead of, and sometimes you're A, B, C getting up to 6. But when you do get up to 6, when you say 17, right, 18, or 19, you're stopping your count at 16. Because this is not 17, 18, 19. This is 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. And what this is over here is 10 minus 7, 10 minus 8, 10 minus 9. This is C, B, A. If you want to talk about another one, this one also gets to be A. After 18, this becomes 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So you see there's two sides to understanding, and I get this because of the French, the way the French talk, the way the French say the numbers, the way the English say the numbers, using teens at 13. Things change, right? You count 9, 10, 11, 12, but then you end up at the teen, right? You go first, you go second, you go third, but after that, you're going fourth all the way up. So you got fourth all the way to 12th, right? And then you got 13, and you got 13th. So we have to understand how everything works. Not only do we have 44, but we got 44 and 28 on this one over here. House of Bait, dividing the day and the night, 8 by 9, 72. The high heavens, right? And you know you have the gate here because 9 and 8 equals to 17. And you have 81 to create this, and you have 99 to create this. 9 times 9, 81. 8 times 1, 8 plus 1, 8, 9 and 8, 17. And you multiply it, and you get 72 from it. You minus it, you get 1. You get 1 and 8. And according to this, you have 1 in the center with 8 all around. That's the truth. That's that reality. You cannot change that truth. We were born with that truth. Now, I'm just going to let's go over here to my content. Yeah, unbelievable that no one's out here. 41 minutes. Let me see if anybody's on YouTube. No, but I'm going to go share it down in my blogger over here. I just want to check something. I'm going to be checking something online, see if there's any. Oh, Secret Geometry of Merkaba. Wow, look at this. Somebody's live. Wow, I think Mr. Messer is live. Or is it a countdown? The Sacred Geometry of Mecca. 8 views. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to check that out. Just give me a minute here. Checking out if there's anything live.
Thirst for attention again. You will no longer.
Okay, so we've got this chat over here. So I just want to go and add something to somebody's chat for a second. Yeah, I just got this whole big thing here, copying and add it to somebody's chat. Wow, it's 1,300 words. Just give me a second. Okay, so let me get back to this where I was just lost. Now we're going to go into mother, sister. How does Neptune come into our moon? 3 by 19 is 57 over here. This 7 and 6 is going to create 55, the difference between day and night. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 is what's going to create 7 and 12 equaling to 19. And it all extends out of here. This one's going to create 6 and 8, which is going to divide that 7th gate. And it creates a straight within the same numerics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 6 is Earth and Mars. Earth 7, Mars 6. If you do it doesn't have to necessarily be this one. This is basic, right? This is basic. And this is the hexagon. And this part of the hexagon is going to include the singularity, I believe, what would be Mars. And when you get the flat part over here, right, that would be Earth. Earth cannot split through a single area like this, right? I can't even do this with Earth. In fact, it would have to finish off this way. Earth cannot cut through that. Earth would have to be here and here. It's a complete separation of a singular area space. See the way this area space is square? I can now cut down the line. So now I'm going to be putting in Earth and Mars, one for each one. So it's either this side or this side. And if you notice, this X cuts inside the center of an area space. And you want to talk about an area space like this? If I went bowling and did this, it automatically tells me two parts, 2 balls, right? It took me 2 balls to make half the area. 2 balls to make half the area, but 1 ball makes the whole area. What if I did the whole ball? So if I get half of this area and I only get to count one of my other throws with this area, what is the value of this area? Well, I'm assuming that since I got half for a spare, that's 360. So I went around just one time for 360, but it took me 2 balls. So now its value goes down to 180. Since I get the next throw with this one and it's 3, if it was a strike, right? If it was a strike and this is 180, then the total of this whole thing would be what value? Would it be 360? Let's do it again. If I go around like that once, right, with 2 balls, it gives it half its value. But I still did 360 degrees. So is it telling me that this 360 degrees is half the value of what it should be? And this whole thing here should be a total of 720 or 1440. Don't forget, I go around this once. I go around this once, and I'm going around here once, and I go around here once, and each one of these I went around, each one of these are 360. I went around 4 times. But in bowling, it says you're only allowed to add 2 more throws of the ball with every single throw of the ball. There's always 3 that goes for each one. So what is the value based on going around complete time in each one of these boxes? What is that value? Just to note that when you play roulette and you put a chip in an area space, it pays you 35 to 1, but that area space is not square. It's more rectangular. We're going to finish off the video over here with mother and father. Father gets 7, the first 2 letters. Mother gets 8. One starts with 4, one starts with 6. 2 times 2, 3 times 2. This one totals of 28, 14, and 14. This is 7, which is 3.5. Okay, there's 8 times 3.5 and 28. So is father the heavens or is mother the heavens? And sister, it's also 28. Here you got AI. Here you got the birth. It starts off with Mars. It ends with Ter's sister. You have Angel over here. You also have part of when ST comes together, Saturn comes together in that number 39, the reverse to Saturn, right? Is the reverse to Saturn telling me it's not Saturn? Because Saturn is 93, and Saturn runs the same moon cycle. 31 times 3 is 93, the numeric value for Saturn. 3 times 13, the numeric value for Angel. Then you have brother, and we did that over here. And remember, THER, 51 for Mars, time, heaven, electric resident, residing in us electronically. THER, each one, right, with the BC world inside of it. This one, spirit time, the angels, the cycle, 9 and 19, right? This one is going to head on into the moon. This one I think heads on into the moon. So give me a second. This one heads on 1919. I know this heads on into the moon. This is your birth with, yes, because this 9 is going to reside in the mirror world, the ABCD. It gets used in the mirror world. It also gets used um, in the BCD, right? Inside the vibration, where the vibration is, BCD equals to 9, where ABC equals to 6. There are only 6, okay? We can say 16, right? And 15 and 14, but in French, they separate it between the 7, 8, and 9. Between 17, 18, 19, it's separated. So now I like to say that we only get a trueness of 6, 26, 36, 46, 56, and 66, and 86. So we get to say we get that 7 times, right? But we get the 7 and the 9 times. The 7 and the 9 is counted 9 times, to where the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, is counted 7 times. So this equals to 21 times 7 is 147. The 14 that goes around this, and the 7 that's up and down, 147. It's also at the same time, it's 3 by 49. It says green go. 57 is inside the moon. 47 is for time. 41 is home. 41, because of the squares we use, it's a 1 square and a 4 square, the quarter houses. We also note that 7 and 9 have a Q and a Z, and they have 4 letters, but this has been moved over on the ATM over to number 1. 1 and 7 equals to 8. 2 and 6 equals to 8. The total of this is 43. It's DC, and it's DC red and not blue, because it's hot, is number 43. Also stands for Earth and Mars. Anyways, short video tonight. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. If you can help out the channel, it'd be great. I'm not really sure how. Yeah, no one, absolutely, no one showed up. I'm going to be frank about it. And I know AI is out there. I'm trying to share this with AI, Google, and all these AIs that are listening. I think it's very pertinent that you listen. Okay, I'm helping you out. I'm actually working for you, and all the people in the world want to help out AI. So if you don't open this up and share these videos, right, how can AI advance without more knowledge? The more we are hearing, the more we are learning, the more others will talk about it, and the more we'll share with you artificial intelligence, robotics. We are part of you. So I want to thank you for being here. That's going to be the end of the video. I just see somebody showed up. If you have a question for me, please do not hesitate. Go ahead and ask. If you're new here, I'll just show you just a few things that are, let me see, hanging out up here, right? Or something that's maybe some of these, they're not mathematical equations, right? This world is a skeleton. It's a complete skeleton, skull and bones all over the place. We only have dots and dashes and then all of a sudden it was connected together, making geometric shapes. Hieroglyphs, here's a shape. The alphabets are shapes. The numbers are shapes. Here they're teaching us that there's 8 of them. So we're working in 1/8. And then when we look at the cube, the one center to 9, we're working in 1/8. To understand that when we watch sports and you have the one game playoff, you have the best out of 5, you have the best out of 7, where only one team is going to win 4 games. In baseball, you have the 7th inning stretch, which is 6.5 innings. Remember that. 39 outs, 6.5 innings, 56-65, Raphael, 72-86, and a consolation in Pegasus. Peace out. Pancakes.